Hey y'all, it's your captain for all things creative coming at you with the Love Island Season 8 Episode 1 review. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like and subscribe. And if you're returning, thank you so much for rocking with us. You see, we're back in the villa, like we always do in the summer. And basically, I think it's important for us all to remember to be nice to these islanders. If you're new to the show, it's basically a whole bunch of people come on to find love, couple up, and they'll get tested along the way by bombshells and a whole kind of like bachelorette party kind of situation night called Casa Amor. And then at the end, whoever stays together after all the temptations has a chance to win money and, of course, brand deals and fame and all that stuff. So the public also gets to vote on these islanders and the couples and to see, who we think are the most compatible. So that's why it's so fun to review because, you can talk about what makes relationships work and how compatibility plays out and all kinds of fun things. And the first episode of season 8 did not disappoint. There's a couple things I want to talk about. And again, we're going to be nice this season, right? So I'm not going to tug on anybody's wig, but I just want to shift some wigs a little. And the first wig I want to shift is Miss Kenzie's. Now, Kenzie, she made a comment to Bryce, basically calling him a simp when he said he was a nice guy. And I don't like that. Obviously, we don't know any of these people yet, but I do think that in our culture, we have a big problem, with the manosphere and just like red pill content and just the fact that it's out there that being nice to women makes you, again, a simp or somebody that doesn't deserve respect. It's just so silly. I think maybe she meant it as a joke, but it's not a funny joke. But I think she really did feel that way. She seems like she might be getting into red pill content. So Kenzie, will see what she's about. But for now, it's given that she might be a pick me, might be somebody, again, who would be on Fresh and Fit or some kind of manosphere kind of space with that comment. Who I like would be Melanie. I think I like her the most. I like the comment she made about, if you're really a girl, you won't have to prove, you won't have to say it, excuse me, but you'll prove it with your actions. And I totally believe that. And I think her coupling is the cutest one. The other couple that I thought would be nice was Beatrice and the cop. But she left him, I guess, because she didn't like him being a dad. This is another conversation that, people have talked about online, the idea that, all cops are bad. From what I understand, he's not a cop anymore. But at the end of the day, I think police are community members too. And if you're looking at places like Chicago, and how, the police kind of stood up for the community and were a force that mediated some of the worst conflicts with ICE, I think we do need to reconsider that conversation, about police being bad, because at the end of the day, police are community members too. And they have shown to be a force that can help in times where there's overreach on like the federal level. So on the local level, having community members with power is important. When we come to the Charlie's brother of it all, I do think it's interesting that, someone who's seen what all happened last season with, all the backlash and how Charlie struggled with his mental health, how he's willing to jump right in to all the chaos makes me have a little respect for Zach, but also I could tell he's not feeling Kenzie. So I think he's playing this game to win it, and he's probably gotten a lot of advice from Charlie. So he was nervous about, the impression he would make in not leading Kenzie on. So I think he's a very strong contender to be very strategic and possibly win the whole thing. But at the end of the day, it just started, so we'll see, who stays together and who doesn't. But I really think Melanie's my favorite girl, and Zach might be my favorite of the guys. I think Beatrice is funny. And the person I feel the most sorry for is Casey, because look, I'm a plant person too. I would have been behind that door if I was single. And I definitely think that it's interesting that the bombshell is gonna, you know, possibly take Beatrice. I think that they'll probably be the most likely to couple up. And from what I understand, that bombshell, he was somebody who might have been paired with Fasana, the person that got kicked out for getting caught in a recording about the N word. I really hope that people get smarter about, what they post, and people just stop saying problematic things like that. Like slurs that, even if like you claim, oh, I was just singing along, I don't know. It's like there's so many people that have gotten backlash because of it. So you would hope that people would learn, but there's some people that just won't give up wanting to try to say offensive things. I don't know what it is. Like, even for example, like the recent Kevin Hart roast, when people trying to make George Floyd jokes. It's like, who do you think you're hurting? Like, at the end of the day, people who stand up for justice don't want any more people to be victims, and they'll stand up for victims. But if you're sitting there, trying to purposely offend people, trying to, dig up old wounds, it's like, shame on you more. And you're not really hurting anybody but yourself, because at the end of the day, people are going to dig up those clips. People are going to know you for your works. So at the end of the day, if you are wondering if it's okay to say the N word and you're not a foundational Black American, don't do it. All right, say how you felt about the episode, and we'll see how it goes. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you next time. Bye.